All right, so for number 10, we are solving the inequality for x. So we're going to have to take and do the distributive property here. So we have 5x minus 30 minus 6x is greater than or equal to negative 2. And so when we take 5x minus 6x and combine like terms, we will have negative x minus 30 is greater than or equal to negative 2. We see that minus 30, then we're going to add 30 to both sides, and that'll give us negative x is greater than or equal to 28. And then what we actually have here is a negative 1, so we'll have to divide both sides by negative 1. And we're going to have x is less than or equal to a negative 28. Remember that if we're multiplying or divided by a negative, when we are solving an inequality, then we need to change the direction of the inequality symbol. And so that is our answer for the first one. The solution is x is less than or equal to a negative 28. The next one asks us to solve a compound inequality. And remember, this is when we have 3 parts. So if we were to take and forget about that side of the inequality is here, we'd say that there's 2 steps to solve this. I have to add 5 and divide by 4. Well, that doesn't change when the other part of the inequality is there. Now we just have to do it to all 3 parts. So I have to add 5 here and add 5 here and add 5 here. And so my symbols I'm going to drop down, and I'm going to have 4p, and then 11 plus 5 is going to give me 16, and 27 plus 5 is going to give me 32. And then my next step is to divide by 4, and when I divide by 4, I'm going to have 4 p and 8. And so that is going to be my answer that would go up here. And then I have to match up the graph. And so I'm looking for an open circle on 4 and a closed circle on 8. And there should be shading in between. And so if I look at that, that is going to be selection C here. Because you can see I have an open circle on 4, I have a closed circle on 8, and the shading is in between. If we look at the next one, we are solving the inequality. So it is a minus 4. I'm going to add 4 to both sides. And I'm going to have that 5t is less than negative 20. And if I divide by 5, I will have t is less than negative 4. Now keep in mind, I don't need to change the direction of the inequality symbol because I didn't divide by a negative. My answer ended up to be negative because the 20 was negative, but I divided by a 5. So that is the first part of my answer right here. But I still have this compound inequality with the word or in between it. So I need to go find the other, or solve the other part of the inequality. So I see a plus 3, I'm going to subtract 3. And then divide by 2. And this is the second part. So if I were writing this out for my answer, I would actually have it written like this, that t is less than negative 4, or t is greater than or equal to positive 4. So that's my compound inequality answer. And then I need to, let's see, select the choice up here. And so that is going to be less than negative 4. Choice D, I believe. Yep. less than -4, greater than or equal to 4. And then I need to go look for the correct graph. So I'm thinking open circle going to the left, and then I'm thinking that this is going to be a closed, colored, filled in circle, whatever you want to call it, going to the right. So that's kind of what I'm looking for, and I think that is going to be selection C. Open on -4, closed on +4. Find the slope of the line. I immediately know that it's not B because it's not undefined, because it's not a vertical line. So I can see that it is decreasing, it's going downhill, so I know it's going to be a negative. And so if I count down and over, I'm counting down 5, -5, and then to the right, which is a positive move, and that is 8. And so my slope is -5/8. This one asked me to find the slope. I immediately know that it's not this one. If it were undefined, vertical lines have undefined slope and all the x values are the same. The x values here are not the same, so I know that it is not an undefined slope. So I need to continue on, and I need to use my slope formula to do the change in y over the change in x's. And so I'm going to start with 8 minus 2. And then my x's, 6 minus 8. And simplify so that my slope here is going to be a -3.